All right, so some more, even more challenging problems as we go. Here we have one that says x over negative 6 equals negative 6. So thinking about this fraction really is a division problem. So this says x divided by negative 6. Well, what is the opposite of dividing by negative 6? That would be to multiply by that negative 6. So I'm going to do that to both sides of this equation. Multiplying and dividing by the same thing is just 1. So you can think of canceling that out. So here on the left we have x equals, and on the right we have negative 6 times negative 6, which would be a positive 36. Now again, don't forget, check these, especially, here at first, just to make sure that you've got the concept. So we're going to be replacing our x with 36. So 36 divided by negative 6, hopefully will equal negative 6. We have a positive divided by a negative, so that would be negative. 36 divided by 6 is 6. So this does check. All right, looking at our next one. This one is a little bit more interesting. Here we have 2/7 x equals 8. Well, we want to get x alone, so let's look at the operation between these two things. This 2/7 is being multiplied to x. That's what's normally going on there. Anytime we don't see a operation, then that automatically means multiplication. So the opposite of multiplying by 2/7 would be to divide by 2/7, true? But do we ever really divide fractions? Never. Instead, we multiply by the reciprocal. So instead of dividing by 2/7, we're actually going to multiply by 7/2. And we're going to do that to both sides, because 7/2 times 2/7 is 1. So on the left-hand side we have x equals, and on the right-hand side, if we need to, we can look at that 8 as being 8 over 1, so you can see numerators and denominators. Well, 2 will go into 8 4 times, so here we have 4 times 7, which is all that's left, would be 28. Now here's where it's even more important to start checking your answers, because we can't just look at that and see the answer. So if we had 2/7 times, but instead of x we're going to be using 28, hopefully that will equal 8. Well, looking at what we have here, 7 goes into 28 4 times, and 2 times 4 is 8. So actually this does check. Okay. All right, let's look at this last one here. Here we have negative x equals 40. Well, it doesn't look like there's a number here on x, but actually there is. There's actually an understood 1. So we could still proceed with the same, process that we've been doing. This literally says negative 1 times x. So the opposite of that would be to divide by negative 1. So we're going to do that to both sides, because negative divided by negative is a positive. So here on the left-hand side we have x equals, and on the right-hand side we have a positive divided by negative is negative. 40 divided by 1 is 40. So we're saying that our answer here is x equals negative 40. Now again, we can check that just to make sure. We say negative x equals 40. Well, we're saying hopefully our answer is negative 40. So what happens when we do a negative 40? The opposite of negative 40 would be positive 40, which actually does check.